We get that you've done your time. Lord knows you have. You put your time in. You made sacrifices for us. Now we're supposed to carry the baton, but the baton has not been released to us. The generation who mentored us, who led us to where we are the ones who seem to have abandoned us or don't want to help us. You have pastors who won't even allow us to use a facility or their yards, playgrounds in the yards, baby boomers purchasing property and just allow it to sit and become overgrown. And when people come to them, not only with ideas, with programs and offering money for rent, these same pastors do not want to participate. I'm like, what is going on? What is the problem? Do you not care about the children? Because every day that goes by where that property is not being used for our community is a missed opportunity. Welcome to the Boomer Chronicles, a segment dedicated to the peculiarities of our beloved Black baby boomers. This is not a bash, and this is not designed to be disrespectful. Lokman the Wise, a Black man, a Black African, who many regard as the wisest man to have ever lived, once said that a wise man would learn from poison itself. Even a child learns early not to touch a hot stove. The wise are observant thinkers who learn what to do as well as what not to do. In these Boomer Chronicles, we will learn and appreciate both. Let's get to work. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Power rising, King brothers and Queen sisters. Thank you for stopping by and welcome to the village. I am the village elder. Wisdom and being wise dictate that we learn from our mistakes and from the mistakes of others. These Boomer Chronicles are tales of mistakes, miscues, miscalculations, and of peculiar behavior that is to be avoided by our generation, Gen X, and those who follow. Again, this is not a bash. This is not disrespect. But these are life lessons designed to educate, to be used as a teachable moment that would help our people avoid pitfalls and to move our people forward in a positive direction. Let us learn from these lessons. A church that's local has a property that they've been holding on to for maybe a decade or two, 2 acres. A 2-acre property, and they have made it known that they have no intentions on doing anything with that property. And then you have a pastor that comes in and now takes over the church, a church that's been there for probably 40 or 50 years before he arrived. And then you decide to sell the property 3 times what it's worth. And people are trying to buy the property so they can have programs for children. Greedy people. Why do you hate the generations that's coming after you so much? You know, people always ask, what would Jesus do? Do you think Jesus would sell property 3 times what it's worth to someone who's actually trying to help the community and help children? I said I'm going to keep this respectful because I can name names. I could. But on the other end of this video, you know who you are. You know who I'm talking to. And if I'm stepping on your toes, then it's you that's doing something wrong. If you feel offended by what I'm saying, then you have the fundamental problem. You are not who you say you are. a man or a woman of God. One of my mentors will always say about the church is that one of the songs you don't hear people singing anymore in church is to be like Jesus, to be like Jesus, to be like Jesus, how I long to be like him. People don't even sing that song anymore, I guess because they don't want to be like Jesus no more. My uncle, who is a deacon, he's in his 70s. He says all the time, these pastors today are not like the pastors of old. They ain't like them old pastors. These people have changed. The devil has worked himself right into the church, right into the pulpit. We're going to call it like it is here because we need the church. We need that part of our infrastructure that has been built since the Civil War. Roland Martin talked about the churches, the Divine Nine. He talked about the Masonic temples as the infrastructure. But I respectfully disagree. The people are the infrastructure. The buildings are, that can come and go. If you got the right people in place with the right heart, buildings will go up. But we got to start with the people. Our people have to have their hearts in the right place. My question is simple. To the baby boomer pastors out there who are denying people from renting space or using space that you have no intent on using, my question to you is, where are you headed with this? What is your end goal? Your church members need to be asking you the same, because every church that has a pastor should also have a trustee board, and that trustee board needs to be holding that pastor accountable. We have to do better. The church is the people, not the building, but accountability is coming. We're not going to do name calling, but we may call you by name. When you're doing wrong and you're doing foolishness from that pulpit, people need to be calling you out. And the people that I'm talking about is your congregation. You are not bigger than your congregation. You are not above them. The congregation selects or elects the board of trustees, and the board of trustees is supposed to choose the pastor. So if you're out of line, there should be checks and balances where people can get rid of you. Don't think because you arrived at that church that you own that church. A lot of these churches have been built since the 1800s, not the physical building, but the church body has been there since we've been freed after slavery. Keep thinking you can walk up in somebody else's church and take over. Keep thinking there are no consequences for your actions. Keep being greedy. As my pastor would say, one of these days, if you're doing wrong, God is going to expose you all the way down to your underwear. And I'm all for it. I don't see how you can be the pastor of a church, call yourself a man or woman of God, and be the sole person standing in the way of blessings for children and for the community. I once attended a funeral, my Uncle Sammy's sister, and the subject of the eulogy was our churches have too many church folks and not enough Christians. And we know the difference between church folk and real Christians. As my mom will always say, you got a lot of people in church, but church ain't in them. There are a lot of ministers and there are a lot of pastors as well who are in church all the time, but church ain't in them. It's time they get called out. It's time for us to take our responsibility seriously and stop giving out respect and making people earn it. And pastors are no different. Until next time, understand your assignment, stay focused, and remain resilient. Ashe. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee, shadowed beneath thy hand. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.